Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Belgrade, the capital of Serbia and the host city of the LAN finals of the TWC 2016 in CSGO. And welcome to the e-frag studio, also in Belgrade. This is e-frag TV. My name is George Georgiev. Today, again moving on with the European qualifiers for the World Championships in CSGO 2016. You already heard that the LAN finals will be held here in Belgrade from the 5th until the 9th of October. Your analysts for today, Svojic, Reman, and Dusan.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Doing good?
Yeah.
Ready for today's matches?
Of course.
Okay, today's matches will be Romania versus Macedonia, the first match of the day, and the second one between Lithuania and Moldova. But if you missed the action of yesterday, now it's time to do a quick recap. Yesterday we had the opportunity to see some UK CSGO. It went better than we expected. The United Kingdom winning against Austria 2-0, 16-10 and 16-7. In the second match of the day, Slovenia versus Azerbaijan. Slovenia started strong, 16-6, then losing 16-3, and in the end, finishing in the decider, 16-12. Svojic, your thoughts on the first match, UK against Austria?
Yeah, UK with a pretty easy win, I would say, although their play wasn't great. They were good enough to beat Austria, and it will be an interesting match in the second leg against Slovenia. I'm gonna count that train as a slip for. They just slipped on it. I think Slovenia can play better, and that match, UK versus Slovenia, should be really good.
Rema?
The United Kingdom really played great, and as we see here, probably the highlight of the day from Mighty Max defusing 1 versus 3 Ninja defuse. So overall, great play by United Kingdom. Slovenia, as what he said, they slipped on their map pick on train. Didn't really do too well there, but all in all, I think Savi was probably one of the best players in that matchup. So I'm really hyped to see what both United Kingdom and Slovenia have in store for us in that matchup.
We expected a lot from Slovenia when we saw that train pick, but it was actually a disaster. And now they're up against UK. Your expectations?
Yeah, I just hope for their sake they don't come prepared as they did against Azerbaijan. I think they need to step up. I think we need to see some more T dominance coming out of them. I mean, you pick train and you don't have your T side ready at all, and that was the biggest problem on that map, not being able to do anything on your T side without any executes, without anything. So I mean, UK CS might not be as bad as everyone thinks, and I think they have the upper hand in that duel.
Okay, the first match of the day, Macedonia versus Romania, or Romania versus Macedonia. Both our neighbors. We're in a dilemma who to cheer for, but let's hear your objective opinion. Svojic.
Yeah, this is the rematch from last year. They played last year in the second round of the European qualifier for the TWC 2015, and Romania won that 2-0. It was 16-4 on Mirage, 16-14 on Cash. Romania had two guys that are playing, today, and Macedonia had Neno and Osama, probably, the best players in Macedonia. So pretty much, you could say a rematch. This kind of a same thing from last year. According to that result, I think Romania got this. They have some, decent teams, XPC, Next Please. They're playing in some European competitions, so I think they got this one.
Rema, we were playing with and against Macedonian teams for a long time now. We know their scene, so do you think they can fight, against Romania?
I mean, they can definitely put up a fight, but the stats don't lie, I would say, and Romania really outplayed them last year. So I think, they have great players, but a couple of names in Macedonian scene are not here today playing for their nation. So I would agree with Svojic, and I would say that Romania probably got this one.
Okay, starting out with the lineup of Romania, yeah?
Sure.
Okay, let's see who plays for them today.
For Romania, we have BTN, Cosmin, Xelo, Seminte and Akron. Yeah, we see them here on the screen, and from 5 of them, 2 of them have been played last year in the qualifier, and I mean they did show up against Macedonia, so that's a big thing for them. Two young guys here, Xelo and Cosmin, both playing for XPC Gaming, if I'm not mistaken. All of them, as Svojic pointed out, all of them have some international European experience, and they did show up there. So I think that experience and their skill is probably enough to beat Macedonia in this matchup.
3 players from the same team,
Yeah.
and 2 players from different teams.
Yeah, 3 players from XPC
Basically
Gaming.
3 teams. Yeah, here.
3 teams, yeah. 3 players from XPC, 1 player from main club, and that's BTN. And from Next Please we have Akron. I mean, as I said, BTN and Seminte played last year as well for Romania in that TWC 2015 championship. So I mean, they have some nation experience, playing for your nation experience from last year. And I mean, they did show up last year, and I see them stepping up this year as well.
We usually pick an OP player to be the man to watch. I didn't see an OP here in the stats. It will be interesting to hear who is the player to watch.
I would say it's Cosmin. He's the best player in XPC, at least best rated. He has really some good showings. We have 3 guys from XPC, and they're all pretty young. Xelo, he's only 15. Cosmin, our man to watch, is only 17, so a pretty young squad. And I think they're now probably the best team in Romania. You know, fighting between them and Next Please. I think 2 last matches they had against each other, XPC won them. So, you know, young fellas being the best in Romania and playing for their country, it's great.
Definitely, they have a great future.
Yep.
Moving on to the lineup of Macedonia.
Yeah, sure. So for Macedonia this year we have Nano, Osama, Plavi, Grad.
Or we have Romania again.
Yeah,
Why not?
That's a little slip, but
Yeah.
we have Nano, Osama, Plavi, Draden, and KNF. Nano, I would say, a great, let's say, star player of Macedonia. He really has a good potential to be one of the best. The problem with him is he's a little toxic, as far as I heard. So I think maybe I mean that kind of problem had Simple as well, but definitely you can work on that coming into if you play more and if you try to figure yourself out. So Osama, I think he also played for Entity at the end of the 1.6, and he was really good there. Coming to CSGO, at the start he had really good performance. I remember that he really top fragged for Entity when they came into CSGO and stepping up massively there. But coming late into the CSGO, he didn't have as much as good performance as he had in the beginning. Maybe different skill set, different patches than suit him. So
It's just too bad Entity didn't stick together, honestly. They were the first to recommit in 1.6. And they tried to play CSGO, they started playing, but you see there's no Callan, there's no Nightmare.
Yeah.
Basically, I don't think any of these guys have a team. We know Neno, he played with Kingor, they were playing for Existence. The Spanish team, so I would just love to see them at least form one team that would participate in some qualies or tournaments.
I have to interrupt you, sorry, but we have to go straight to the video since the match is about to start. So let's see the maps. It's best of 3. Hope we're ready.
Macedonia players pick Mirage. Let's go.
Well, good. Okay. Macedonia picked Mirage. I'm not sure about that because we have 3 guys from XPC.
We won't be having graphics, okay.
We have 3 guys from Romania that are from XPC, and that's one of their most played maps. And they played. Macedonia and Romania played Mirage last year, and Romania won 16-4. So
did I hear correctly? Mirage, Cash, Cobble.
Yep.
I think
I really don't know.
I think that's
so. For the first 2 maps, we're basically going to have the same maps that they played last year.
Okay.
And for me, it's going to be the same result. Sorry, but that's just how it is. And I think 2-0 for Romania is very possible here.
Yeah, Mirage being the first map picked by Macedonia, you still think that Romania will take this 2-0?
Yep, but I think Macedonia is going to bring a good fight here. Even though they lost 16-4 last year, I think you can improve a lot in a year. So I would say it's going to be a close one, like 16-12 for Romania.
Yep.
I gotta agree. I mean, I played against these guys from Macedonia, and they do some weird stuff on, especially Mirage, pushing through smokes here and there, just stuff that makes no sense. Hopefully they play differently now.
Yep. Dusan?
Yeah, I didn't play against them or with them, so I'm not sure in how that works. But looking at the stats and looking what it happened last year, I mean, I know that XPC likes to play Mirage and they're good on it. So, I mean, I have to go with Romania here.
Going into the second, if they win, let's say Romania, they're going to be up against Lithuania or Moldova. Do you think they're the favorites there too?
Yep.
Probably either of these countries, I would say, at least in my mind, will be the favorite in the next one.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. Dusan, you too?
Yeah.
Okay. Quickly with the predictions of this map.
16-4.
16-12.
16-8.
Ladies and gentlemen, first map is about to start. Mirage, Romania versus Macedonia. Mega Man and Miloš the Medic for you. Let's go live.
Alrighty, thank you very much, guys, and welcome to the World Championship 2016 qualifiers with myself, Mega Man, and Miloš the Medic, as they said on the analyst desk. We are seeing Romania versus Macedonia live on Mirage to start things off for the day. Pretty standard stuff here to start things off with the pistol round, eh, Miloš?
Yep, and it's all full rush to be typical Eastern European tactic as everybody goes in onto the site. Quick frags from the T side, actually, taking down 3 of the CTs. The Macedonians are going to fall back straight around for reinforcement, and BTN will get the bomb planted first of all here on B site. Picks up the USB as well.
Yeah, the retake is on. They've actually already snuck themselves out through market window and through the main door looking for the headshots, and they're going to find one. BTN's going to be able to answer back onto Dreadon, and that's going to leave it all on Neno, and he's going to get face planted into the ground. A 3K for BTN to start things off in the pistol round. A nice start for Rome on the slightly more difficult terrorist side. We'll see how they go into these anti-ecos. It's going to be a force down for Macedonia. And see if they revamp it, because they actually did kind of stack that B-bomb site to start off that pistol round. They had 3 players over there.
Yeah, but it's just the aggression from Romania, because basically how you want to play is go full-on Glock, overwhelm the defense of the CTs, weed out as many players as possible, and force them to go for a retake with minimal numbers. And that was played out perfectly, 1-1 basically, by Romania, that assault on B. And now, the bomb is still set all the way back. They might try to go for a wraparound on a B as well, or grab the bomb and set it from lower all the way to the A side. But it seems like B side is decided as well. Flashbang is going to go in to try and push the players away here. BTN now lurking, is able to spot one in the supermarket. Double kill comes in, make that 3 of 4. And KNF the only one with a redeeming kill, but that'll be the end of a quick round. Romania taking it here. Macedonia on the backside, they're going to have to eco this round. And I'm really curious if Romania want to go, there you go, a single MAC-10. Now, I don't know about you, but I love seeing teams that use at least 2 SMGs on these kinds of quote-unquote free rounds. What's your thoughts on this, Mega Man?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you want to get that bank rolling. It's especially important when you look at like a CT side. Hold that thought for a second, because they're barreling back in towards the B-bomb site. This is 3 for 3 hitting this B-bomb site, by the way. MAC-10 leading the charge, and it's going to yield them the first kill. They actually spotted out a player in the market window, but what you were saying, I agree with wholeheartedly. In fact, going into that second round, that first anti-eco round, where you assume that they're going to probably have upgraded pistols, maybe some armor to work with, is especially important, because you can still have the MAC-10, which has, or the UMP, which has extremely high armor penetration values, which can still 2-shot somebody who's got head armor, even though they've only got a pistol, and you've still got high mobility with it because it is an SMG. And you can start rattling up that cash money, start stacking those chips high. And it's especially important on the CT side, with the rifles costing about $400 more than the AKs on the brothers side, there on the terrorist side.
Yeah, and I love the play from Zello here. The analyst that's what's talking. He's one of the younger players here, pretty talented as well. He pulls up the AWP right on time to face the full buy from the CT side. He's going to stalk Macedonia as quickly as possible, but Osama, double kill here, takes down the first and the second through the smoke on mid. Now Zello is watching the watchful eye of the AWP, gets a clean headshot on a KNF, trying to redeem his team here, but he's only trying to buy time. Look, the bomb is all the way back in T main. As the terrorists, with a minute 15 left on the clock, they have a lot of time to play with, but still undecided where to go to. Akron, though, will come in and get the shot on the Dreadon. They are playing super aggressive here. The CTs have no clue how to react to this.
Well, I wouldn't say no clue, because if you look at Underpass, Plavi's actually coming on the flank and actually catches out Simonite. But he's going to go down, or Cemente. He's going to go down. Zello finds another frag, so we're still on even strength, and Akron's going to find another one. So we are into a 2 versus 1. It's just Plavi left. And AWP was trained on his location, but he gets himself out up the stairs. Again, Zello is watching that like a hawk with that AWP. And with the bomb being over outside of that B bomb site, that's going to allow for a lot of mobility. It doesn't even matter in the long run. He could have grabbed the bomb and gone over to the B bomb site since they had that player locked into the connector. But again, a big round. 4 frags, I believe, in total, or 3 frags in total for Zello on that first rifle round with the AWP.
That was some pretty sick play, especially that final flick shot on the A side going in for the defense. I mean, definitely seeing the talent here. Obviously, his AWP shot all the way onto CT opened up the game for Romania after losing the 2 players in mid, and just off of that, able to play the super aggression into CT main. But again, this is now 4 out of the matches here, of the rounds. The 4th round would actually go for the full-on aggression on the B site. Cosmin getting picked off here after getting a couple kills, so still not too shabby. Meeting 2 Macedonian players with barely anything to play around here.
Yeah, and another thing, while we've got a eco round here, that's kind of a throwaway for the CT side, that we can touch on that last round again. I mean, it wasn't necessarily just that the AWP shots from Zello were so important. He also threw an extremely vital pop flash. Now, it didn't actually blind the CT, but it masked the footsteps of the player that was coming up connector, and that was actually Akron that was over there, who was just connector. And you noticed that the bomb was all the way outside of B. That player was just sitting in connector the entire time, waiting for his teammate to get that pick on A ramp. Then he throws a flash down into jungle and uses the cover of that sound up into connector and gets the kill on the guy going through the murder hole in the window room, which really then opened up the A bomb site. They only had to deal with that one player that was over by CT, which Zello ended up picking off later in the round anyway. So 5-0 for Romania. Great start for them. Not such a great start on the opposing side for the Macedonians. You've got a 0-5 scoreline for Nino. Really kind of lackadaisical and slow to start for his squad, but they're going to revamp their strategy here on the CT side and go for a little mid aggression.
Yeah, Dreadon pulling up the AWP in mid. Is he going to try to stifle Romanians in there in that position? However, Romanians immediately like, okay, given the economical situation, it's more than possible that AWP is going to be set in mid. And well, they heard one of the shots going off, so they know what's going on here. KNF holding the angles as Semi is trying to move around here on mid. You notice the bomb is in his hand, but they're rotating players back into team main. They might go for a mid to A split here. Relatively standard procedure, but they're just trying to fake it out and buy as much time as possible. However, there are 2 players on the A site and 1 all the way in the window room, just waiting around until the push on A comes in. So there's still a couple of smokes to play around here for the Romanians, and getting that entry frag on the site can be huge to ease their way inside for the bomb plant.
This is terrifying right now for the CT side. No smokes were thrown out from the T's, and they're going to have such forward positions when the sweep comes in from the CT side. Nino, completely unaware that a player is already out underneath the balcony. Zello's going to have a line of sight from the palace side, and they've already gotten pushed up in towards the jungle as BTN loses his life but gathers the information, and now it's a 3-on-4 with the post plant activated. This might actually be a pull-out situation. It is for the Macedonians. They're going to fall back from this and give up a 6th round. That's insane. There was no vision, no information gathering play from the CT side. They just let him walk all the way up.
But that's the thing. The player that was all the way in the back of CT did not see anything moving on the other side. And so usually when you're defending the A site, you're expecting at least a pop flash to come in, you know? Nothing. Not a single hiss from the T's until they got that first frag. And that was just absolute destruction from Romania after that. Now one of the players falling down. The AWP is holding the back by B Apartments. Is going to get 1 kill on Cosmin. Won't really be too much of an effect on the Romanian economy here, as Zello is on 10 grand and Akron on 13k himself. Like, This is sick now for the Romanians. Banking everything up. Macedonia, saving an AWP and a rifle in the previous round, are going to have a reason to force buy this one. But there's a lot laying down on this round for the Macedonian side.
Yeah, this might actually be the most important round in the first half. If they can steal back a little bit of momentum and start chipping down that money lead that they've got. Nice little spam work going on over at that B-bomb site. Actually knocks Zello down to 37, gets the dink through the wall. But touching back on that last round, you know, how they let him just walk up. Osama, he was watching such an off angle from Ticket Booth just for the jump up onto the Tetris stairs, and didn't even worry about anybody that was sweeping in towards the site, and had no other vision. But now we see another hit onto the A-bomb site. Looks like they're switching things up a little for the Romanians, and KNF gets caught out. They spot out the player in the site. That's going to be A-Crowd that finds him. It's going to be 2 back-to-back kills for Dreadon, but the trades again go favorably for the Romanians.
Zello stuck in mid here, has the AWP, wants to go for the peak, misses a flick shot. Second CT player comes in and somehow he's able to whip it. Won't be able to get the second shot though, as he's going to go down to Blavio here, but a 2v1 and the position of the bomb here. Bomb plant is just perfect to push away any CT player that decides to come in. You're basically angled and funneled in to fight against the 2 players, but Plavi does not care. He's got all the hopes on him. Able to get the first kill, now rotating around by the Ticket Booth, trying to find someone in CT. Man, is Semi trying to play the waiting game here. He's going to get pushed off just a bit. Plavi realizes he does not have enough time. No kid on him at all. He's going to have to back off. Picks up the AK at the end of the round and just hightails it out of there. That's the best that could have been done given the plant position and the post-plant positions of the Romanians. So, not too shabby saving up the AWP on the end there.
Yeah, but it's not going to be enough. Even with the economic damage of losing 4 players there, Akron was money capped. He had 16K going into this round. Zello had 11,000. Cemente had, 13K before he buys down. That's nuts kinds of money that they've got stacked up right now. We're only 7 rounds in. They've got 3 players damn near money capped. And I mean, taking away a couple of rifles, yeah, it's decent work, but you got to start putting rounds on the board at this point. And again, Neto off to a really slow start. KNF though opens up, but immediately BTN trades back too.
Neto now rotating in here, trying to find Cosmin on the stairs, but Cosmin will be too quick for him. And it's again the same situation. They go in, they weed out as many players as possible, and now it only leaves Dreadon. It gets taken down by Zello, makes it 8-0. Now, what do you think? Was the last round the round where Macedonia should have called a timeout and just gone for a bit, that minute and a half to talk about what's going on and try to bring the game back into them? Because this is not working out at all for them, economically and in terms of the 1v1 fights.
I wouldn't have disagreed with it. I think it was actually for Renegades back when he was playing for that squad that actually said that whenever they go down in like a big deficit in 07, they automatically call a timeout just to try to regroup and rethink their strategy into the next round. But the big thing to think about right now is that these teams are kind of mixed teams. You take the best players from different teams across your country and kind of throw them together. That kind of communication isn't always something that's going to be exercised wholeheartedly from all your players. So timeouts are something that we actually haven't been seeing a whole lot of going through this. Mostly it's been technical stuff, but we'll see. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing a timeout going into the 9th round, or pardon me, the 10th round here from the Macedonian side, because again, their backs are against the wall a little bit. I like this boost on Cat though. Zello with the AWP is going to get thrown up top on top of the double stack boxes here and be able to peer down in towards that B bomb site. The bomb is slowly creeping over there. It was a stack with 4 players from Macedonia at the beginning of this round, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case right now. There are 3 players over there, one playing from Get Right, but BTN finds the guy in the site, and Cosmin is going to find the one in Market and the one playing on the corner. They haven't checked this angle, though. They've got the player boosted. He's going to be able to take down 2, looking for a 3rd, but he can't get it done. Plavi trying to be the hero. It's not going to be enough in the long run.
No, not enough. That position was actually sick. Nobody checked that at all.
I can't believe nobody looked.
Yeah, that's the thing. They all ran. Like 4 guys ran right in that same spot. Like,
It's just over.
Yeah, just relaxing there. He played the waiting game. If he would have opened fire immediately, he wouldn't have gotten those 2 kills. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 2 kills won't be too much. We're nearing the end of the first half, so we're not really looking to do too much damage with that. But any damage is something that would be more than enough for Macedonia to try and steer them in the right direction right now with it being down 9-0. Finally, the entry frag comes in. It's Osama with the first frag on a BTN watching in. This is a really, really nice position as they both have the angle down in the middle of the map, and Akron will go down for the first time in many, many rounds. It's Macedonia with the advantage early on with the players.
Yeah, and this is the first time that we've seen this happen in 9 rounds. So we'll have to see. Thing to note as well is the fact that Mirage was actually the pick of Macedonia. This was their map choice going into this. And we actually see already bringing it back. The Romanians are going to be able to find 2 kills, make that a third. Now it's down into a 2v2 post-plant situation. They've got a player rotating all the way through T-spawn, so that's going to take a while. And that player rotating through T-spawn is the one with the kit. So if Neno actually dies here, who is smoked off at the moment, but if he dies here, he's going to put his teammate into a very sticky situation. Not to mention the fact that if he goes up on stairs, there's a player at Firebox watching that. The player that was in sight, though, does go down. That's going to be Cosmin. Last man standing is going to be Zello. He's been on fire so far in this matchup. Finds the opener. Going to be looking for the last. Into the top fragger versus the bottom, and Nino gets the kill, but he doesn't have time for the defuse, I don't think. Picks up the kit, but time will expire.
Oh, it's going to be barely... No! Oh,
he just barely doesn't get it. If he would have gotten to the kit a little bit quicker, he would have had that round.
Oh.
He almost gets the hero play. He was 0-9 going into that. He gets his first kill on the board, going up against Zello, who's sitting at 11-4, but just misses it by a hair.
That's too close for comfort, and Romania still up 10-0. At this point, Macedonia have to bring back this last 5 rounds to actually keep some sort of strategy play or some sort of morale within this game. First player is going to fall down. That's going to be Osama. Neno traded off as well, 2-1 here, making it a 3v4. Though Plav still has the Max 7 in hand, but he's all the way on the other side on B, and your standard positioning watching the apps. And now Dreadon comes in with a double kill, but Zello for the refrag. They make it a 2v2. That Max 7 won't help out too much if he gets onto the site itself here. They have to play the waiting game. They definitely do have control and know exactly where that bomb is here.
I think Zello actually spotted the head of KNF behind the boxes there by default. Lobs the nade out, going to do a little bit of damage onto him there. 43 HP remains for him. He's got to be careful because Plavi is actually playing behind the murder hole in window room, but he's going to get the bomb and fall back towards connectors. So no extra information here, no extra joy for the Macedonian side. They've kept these last 2 rounds relatively close, but the big deal is the fact that they didn't win either of them. So it's still a predicament for them to be in right now. Cemente coming off a catwalk, going to get spotted. That Mag 7 in the hands of Plavi. He's going to rattle off a shot, so they know that there's at least one player over here. The fast rotation coming out from his teammate KNF. Bomb yet to be planted. They're kind of circling in on the site. Does good damage to Cemente. We'll be looking for that AWP and Zello. They line up a little bit there, but there goes the one. Now it's just going to be the Mag 7 versus the AK-47. You've got 44 HP, plays 83. And panic is setting in from Plavi.
Panic at the disco. Plavi comes in. Gets a shot cemented down to 32. Still playing ring around the rosy here. Bomb not planted. Goes in for the final shot. Nice one. Plavi just waits around and plays the waiting game, able to get that final shot. I don't know why he shot his Max 7 when he got onto the site. He knew that the push is going to pass through there, but eventually he was able to turn it around. Finally, Macedonia put a round on the board, and it has to feel pretty good. However, with them having gotten 2 entry frags in the game and still struggled so much to be able to gain the round, it's still not a good situation to be in. First kill, though, comes in, and that will be Dreadon to go down. As the Romanians are planning a execute. The bomb is still in the back. Cosmin, though, traded off. Very good here, getting the trade frags for Macedonia. Trying to stay in this game, hang on as much as possible.
Great pop flash in mid, though. Nino's going to be able to peek out from window, finds one. Looking for a second, does some decent spam onto BTN. Gets him down to 31 HP, actually retrieves the AWP that was in the window room as well. But it's going to be Cemente, the next one to get challenged. Osama overextending a little bit, gets punished. Back into a 3 versus 3. One player coming around through Palace, that is the bomb carrier, and that's Zello. Unfortunately for Nino, he actually turns from that at the wrong time. Player in the window room, though, so he's going to get the beat on him and takes BTN down, so it's a man advantage now for Macedonia. And it's like you said, they absolutely need to win these last couple of rounds to salvage this half, to have any shot in this matchup. because right now it's been Romania all day. The biggest hindrance to them would be if they lose this round. It's a seriously hard reset for them.
KNF holding a pretty sick angle here, just waiting until somebody moves out, and that will be Semi. Oh, nice pick from Zello, though. He's going to drop onto the side, going in for the pop flash, but he actually flashes himself for a second there. On site versus 2 players, going in for the bomb plant, trying to secure some extra cash for the next round. Now, where he peek first? Oh, flash his teammate is going to miss. The flick goes in for the final shot, but Plavi will set him down, grabs the AWP and goes in for the defuse. A sick round for Macedonia. They do retain the AWP picked up off of Zello, the AK as well. And, well, this is starting to build up here. This is exactly what they need. And Romania, after losing so many players in the past few rounds and sometimes unable to get a bomb plant down, they're starting to feel the heat economically. If you see what they've got, this is basically all that they can afford at this point.
Yeah, it's actually crazy to think about how much money they had going into the 7th round versus going into the 13th round after losing 2 rounds. You know, they're on the verge of a full reset. They had 1 round. I mean, round 10, nobody survived, and then they lost 2 rounds in a row. So that impact right there, losing 15 players in 3 rounds, that's 15 rebuys in 3 rounds. That's a lot of money that they're spending. Pop flash out onto Catwalk, that's good. That's going to blind up. You know, he's trying to get over to get right. Doesn't really have cover from a teammate, though. They're going to spray down. They're going to get the second one there as well, but Osama comes back with 2.
That was sick prediction.
I'm just going to get planted here at B.
Sick prediction from Osama as they were trying to move around. He knew exactly where to shoot, just off of experience, to go in for the kill. Cosme out to getting the bomb plant down. Say 2 to 3, and the CTs do have quite a few pop flashes and even Incendiary device if they want to weed out the player that's trying to sit by the bench. And we'll see how they approach this one. There is not a lot of time here. They have to get the play down. Right here, they line up for BTN. He gets 2. He is down to 50 health, and he's just trying to draw the time down, but he gets a final shot on Dreadon. Will go for the AWP pick. And a sick play. This is, you always want, or you always should be expecting a player to be sitting either by White Truck or by the park bench. And nobody was checking that side. All 3 players from the Macedonian side were looking to their right side by the corner. And sure that they got the player that was there, but you know, you're moving in as a cohesive unit. Check your sides.
It's a little unfortunate as well that even though they won 2 rounds in a row, the cost of the casualties has rendered their bank accounts relatively thin. They actually just lost the only rifle they were able to muster into this round. 4 pistols remain. They've got a forward position here from KNF. Gets a nice shot onto Cosmine. The push is already coming up for Connector. They spot out a player over here. That's going to be Dreadon that goes down. They're not expecting a second one in window room. It's going to be Nino. They go to battle, and blow for blow, Akron's going to be able to take him down. It's all down to Plavi and KNF. They've already got Zello watching this, and he should be down in 3-2-1-0. There he goes. Plavi around and connect again. Should be out. Misses the shot, but gets the information, and Cemente is going to be able to take him down. Coming into the last round of the half, it's a 12-2 scoreline. Romania doing some serious work, and it's going to be another miserable bye for Macedonia.
Yeah, right here, what would you go for? Would you go for a full stack at this point and just try to gain that?
Just like a gamble stack, you know, maybe just put everybody in the bomb site, pray to God that they come there. I could kind of see that. Looks like they are going to fan out a little bit here. They've got 4 players that are capable of rotating quickly over towards the A-bomb site. This position from Osama is very good, though. He's going to be able to find the opener onto Zello, so that's a nice find considering he's been able to give them so many hardships. And then the bait and switch from these players over in the A-bomb site yields them a couple more kills. So this is actually working out in great favor right now for the Macedonians with only pistols to work with.
Yeah, the CZ doing its work. Basically, the entire point behind the CZ nowadays is to go in, get that confirmed close quarter kill, and then grab any rifle that you see. Now, everybody does have armor, so this is a perfect position to be in, and Macedonia pick up the final round of the half. Going into the pistol round and the second half, this is going to mean a huge morale boost for them. They won't be so down, you know, in terms of just how they're feeling. That might just be the thing that propels them back into the second half. Now, let's not forget, they are down 12-3. Or 3-12, and that's a pretty big deficit to be down.
Yeah.
They're gonna really have to put those big boy pants on and try to pull this one into a victory.
Yeah, and I mean, it starts right here, right now. We saw the dominance from Romania right off of the get-go, right out of the gate with the pistol round victory in the first half. They rattled off 10 rounds in a row. They aren't going to need that many this time. They're only going to need 4, so a pistol round victory here could spell disaster for the Macedonian side. Some spam through the smoke by Ticket Booth. They're going to find a little bit of damage there on Zello, but there's 2 players over here, and actually a goosh into the back of Dreadon from Plavi. Actually destroys his own teammate, and Plavi's going to go down to 42 HP himself. A little back and forth right now from the CT side, but they're playing a retake on this A-bomb site. They had this planned from the get-go. It's just going to be very difficult for them to re-infiltrate this area with all the pushes coming from the terrorist side. Jungle, Murder Hole, Connector, Palace, and Sandwich all kind of blocked off from the Macedonians. They've got great post-plant positions.
But now it's all about keeping your range so these Glocks aren't as effective as you would like them to be. Nice double kill coming in for the Macedonians, and they spot one. The second is Zello all the way in the back, and he is going to get shot down. Yeah, there you go. Nicely done. And the Macedonia will pick up the second pistol round. This is pretty sick. Even though the Romanians have the USB advantage, what I like seeing players do on the CT side, on Mirage especially, is that if you're overwhelmed with only having like 2 players on the A site, when the T's come in, pull back. Wait until all of the 5 players are ready, and then go for a retake, because those Glocks will melt you, and CTs being 2 players down and have to be forced to go for a retake is just an almost impossibility at this kind of level of play.
I don't know if you noticed on that pistol round, but Plavi actually did more damage to his teammates than he did to the other team.
That is true as well, yeah.
He gooshed 2 of his teammates during that round, so a little bit of confusion from him, but he was shooting everything that moves. He really wanted to get that pistol round victory, and they do so. So Macedonia is going to have a little bit of a chance, a little bit of a ray of sunshine, I hope, coming out for their side. They're going to go in towards this B-bomb site. Very aggressive plays from the CPs up in the Palace, but it doesn't matter. Pasmin coming in with 3! He's going to put that 5-7 to work, finally put to bed with Nino's UMP, but it's going to be CT side. They've got the numbers. Can they get the frags? It's going to be Nino to find a second. Going to be looking for a third over here, but the flank has come on Catwalk. It's Zello who's picked up a salvaged AK-47 to put one down. It's all down to Plavi now in a 1 versus 2.
Plavi rotating in, getting the shot. The bomb is dropped on the ground, and it is spotted by Zello. He does have an AK, so has the advantage range. Only a decoy on Plavi, so it can't even pop flash to go for it. We'll go for an aggro play here. He's got to really work this one out. Spots a dig on the ground. Won't be able to do much, and he actually turns around, gets the dink on Zello. Now he has a huge advantage, and that pop flash has been nullified, as it will only take a single bullet here to take the round. And nicely done from Plavi. Goes in for the AK pickup. I wanted to talk about, hey, they got UMPs. They're putting it down for Mega Man. They're repping the strats, but it's just it almost failed there. If it weren't for that dink, the real accurate shot that came in, it would have been disaster for Macedonia. Now, I'm waiting for the round where Zello gets to have the op, and to see how Macedonia are gonna really try to play against that. Are they going to go and focus Zello down immediately, or are they going to try and go weed out all the other players and then leave him all on his own with an op? That's because we've seen the amount of damage that he can do and what he did in that first half.
Well, if we think back to the last round, Cemente's about to get planted here. He goes down. Plavi's going to find that. But if we think back to the last round, it really showcased the strengths of 2 different aspects of this game. It showcased the strengths of close quarter pistols, which I personally think needs to be changed, and a lot of professional players will tell you the same thing. I mean, three kills from a 5-7 on Catwalk should never be a thing. You shouldn't be able to one-shot head-armored players with any pistol other than the Desert Eagle, but that's, my 2 cents on that.
I'll add 2 of
and
my
then the other showcase that I wanted to point out was the fact that UMP was able to go toe-to-toe with a full head-armored, full HP player. And because of getting that opening dink, dropping that player so low, you saw how much damage that does. It dropped them down to 20 HP, where 1 bullet's going to finish him off. It showcases the power of that UMP, even going up against an armored player. So that last round, kind of a throwaway. It was a full eco round. We do see the rifles come out, but it's going to be 4 rifles as opposed to, or 5 rifles, pardon me, as opposed to 4 in an AWP. So we'll see how this one plays out for the Romanian side.
Now, Romania is a bit cash-strapped right now. They haven't been able to get too many frags in the second half so far. So the cash situation hasn't been looking at too well for them. Cosme now boosted up here, trying to look for Dreadon, and he will find him here. Again, pretty low himself because of that incendiary down on him, but 82 health, pretty darn sick still. Akron is going to get forced back here. He's down to 19 health, and he is going to fall down. Zello for the refrag, though, making it a 3v3 is Blavi. Smoke flashes now all the way into jungle and isolating any player that wants to go for that rotate through CT. We see Cosme and Sinat as Neto is going to go in for the bomb plant, spraying down, getting a bit of extra damage, and will go by the fire pit boxes there. BTN waiting around, might just be moving up the stairs. Now he's just spraying down, trying to get that headshot damage on a Neto, but a very, very elusive play here from the Macedonian side, just trying to bait out the CTs into the side itself. BTN is going to go down. Cosme refragging Semi as well, but they are both super low, and Osama gets the first pick. Won't challenge until he knows that this bomb is actually being defused. Spots the last player all the way in CT main, but he has delayed it just enough for Macedonia to grab another round. They're bringing it back. The comeback is real.
Yeah, one of the issues going into that round is because of the limited amount of firepower that they had, or the limited amount of utility that they had on the Romanian side. They had no nades for the retake. They had a flash and a smoke. That's all they had. No nades for to weed out that player at firebox. Their smoke was used on the bomb as opposed to throwing it up into Palace to choke off that area. And then, of course, they had no kits for the defuse at the very end. So a lot of factors kind of playing against them. And a fast mid presence here from the Macedonian side actually knocks the one rifle that they did have out of their hands already.
A 6-shot from BTN here with the with his deagle as well to try and equalize the numbers. You see the Romanian side is very spread out on the map, and any sort of aggression on any of the two sides really would be really difficult for them to challenge and or go for a quick post plant position, try and go for a defusal there. Akron is going to go down to Dreadon. And now it's BTN again with the deagle in hand, trying to find another shot. He hits the headshot on A, confirming that the bomb is right here, right now on A. That was a double dink from Zello. Cosme with a shot of picked up M4 off of the ground. One kill and another headshot. This is what DJ Khaled must feel like. So another one. BTN just doing tons of damage. 6 shots with a deagle.
Well, you do know what DJ Khaled's favorite number is, don't you?
What is it?
It's 11. You know why?
Why?
Because there's another one.
Oh!
Yeah.
I
Macedonia making this a bit of a match here. I like to see it. BTN aggressive in window. 48 HP, gets tagged up through that smoke, peeking a little bit early. I got jokes, brother. I got jokes.
Yeah, they are pretty sick too. Oh, spray control from Cosme will not help at the end there, as he does run out of ammo. If only the AK had 100 rounds in the mag, that would have been pretty sick. KNF, watch in window as the smoke is going to clear on there. Not going to find anyone, as well, there are 2 CT players waiting around in jungle. One all the way in CT main, trying to hold off as well by the ticket box. And one on B. The bomb is in the hands of KNF, and he can choose to go onto the B site, but it looks like they're eyeballing that A site to go through the main stairs going into Tetris, and that one coming from middle stairs is going to be facing a lot of firepower here, as already 2 players set up from the Romanian CT side we were saying before.
Yeah, they've got a presence over in connector. 2 coming around from the A ramp. The player over by ticket booth. The nade's going to come out around the corner. They got to be careful, though, because Nino is going to come up and rock 2 of them. It's going to leave it all on Cemente and on Akron to make this one happen in this 2 versus 3. The bomb's going to get pushed in towards the site. They have no smoke on CT coverage. They do drop the bomb carrier, 25 seconds left, but it's going to be on Cemente in a 1 versus 2. Nino going to go over towards the CT spawn, finds out where Cemente is actually coming from. He's going to spot the head of Plavi, does a little bit of a wild spray there, not able to connect. And crossfire set up. He's got to be careful, though. Wild peek there from Nino is going to cost him his life. And now he's got a beat on where this last player is. And Cemente is going to clutch it out. Finds the 2v1, finds the AK, gets the defuse, and a 14th round now for Romania.
Sick shot. Now, Romania, they haven't been doing too well in this second half. But, you know, they're able to bring a couple of rounds back to back. And that's very, very important when you want to start piling up that cash on the CT side. This allows them to go pretty hard in the paint when it comes to their to all the utilities that they can put out. Zella now with the AWP, so that is a force to be reckoned with. On the other side, though, Macedonia feeling the heat. You see the double AKs, the Tech 9, the Galil. 2 are already going to fall down. They traded off to 2 from the Romanian CT side. As Macedonia is trying to move down to go for a bomb plant, though. Cosmin is going to hear KNF and just going for the sprays, predicting a player going in for it. Cosmin, Kobe landing right on a KNF. And will weed out the players, making it a 3v2. Bomb post plant positions are not too shabby for the T's, but they have to compete at the same time and win these fights. Sama brings it first.
Yeah, really nice opener there. They know exactly where Plavi is going to be based off of where the positioning for that plant is. They salvaged the AWP as well, and Romania is going to find themselves on map point. So it's just going to be a matter of time now before they can put this one to bed. 8 rounds being the difference. I believe I heard a 16-8 prediction from our analyst desk, so not too terribly far off. There was a 16-4 and a 16-12, I believe. You guys really need to go back to the drawing board on your prediction skills here, boys. We should keep a running tally on who gets the closest on each one of these matches, and then at the end of the season, at the end of the league, we figure out who gets the prize of the pat on the back and the free beer at the pub.
That should definitely be a thing at the offline event.
I would start predicting things for sure if that were the case.
Yes, there we go. Semite holding off here is able to get a couple kills. Cosmin with another, and Semite will make it a 3K, 16-7. Team Romania gets the victory in the end of this round, and this was a pretty sick comeback actually. After the T side here in Macedonia almost brought it back. Really, we didn't expect them after that loss in the first half, but pretty sick game. Pretty good prediction so far.
Yeah, I did.
The second one.
I did expect that to be a little bit more of a blowout, but I mean, still only 7 rounds. It's not really too much to write home about, especially on your own map pick. So a little bit of a bummer there for the Macedonian side. One thing that we do need to give you guys a shout out about over for the chat before we send it to the analyst desk is e-frag is actually doing a giveaway right now for you guys at home. If you want to participate in it, head over on Twitter to @e-fragnet. The prizes for that are a case-hardened Bowie knife for first place, a vanilla butterfly knife for second place, and an M4A1 Mecha Industries for third place. There is a bit.ly link for the giveaway, so make sure that you check that out and follow the directions and instructions on that. But that does wrap up map number 1 for Romania versus Macedonia. Let's send it over to George and see what you guys have to say on the analyst desk, guys. Take it away.